All right, Flyers fans, we've fixed our technical difficulties here. You're joining us at it's 9 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the first period here. Ames is up 2-1 against the Saints. This is game 2 here in Dubuque. We just got done playing game 1 where we won 4-1. It was early morning for a lot of the Flyers. They're playing really well. Currently, Ames is under penalty kill. James is in the box with 1:02 to go on the penalty. All right. So we're in Dubuque's territory. Dubuque has the puck. Warner's challenging. Dubuque's coming for it. Defense is moving back. They try to center it. Lots of pressure from Warner. Good job in Jace. Battle here on the left side of our net. It gets back across the blue line to center ice. Warner applying pressure. Puck's moving with Dubuque. Dubuque's looking for an opportunity. They pass backwards. Stopped by Battershell. They come back with it. They're going to chuck it towards the ender. He knocks it away. 8:34 to go in the first. Second game here in Dubuque. All right, taking off is Mr. Cam Beckendorf. He's at center ice, looking to go up with Mr. Nail. Shoots. Comes to the right of the goal. Good shot by Cam. Warner sends it back to Barber, and he rips it. Goes to the left of the goal. All right. Battling in the left corner. Barber gets a hold of it, launches it just to the left of the goal. Comes to the blue line. Battershell gets a hold of it, passes it up. They're looking to pass up. At the blue line, Beckendorf, Cam gets a hold of it, passes to Battershell. He centers it to Nail. That bounces off the skate of a Dubuque player. Nail's trying to make something happen. Dubuque gets a hold of it, and they take off. Defense is in motion. They're going to launch it. It'll go to the right of our goal, go behind it. Cam will get a hold of it. Ames is spreading out. Cam sends it up to Hayden. It gets loose. It'll be icing on Ames. 7:19. The clock will stop. Ames up 2-1. First period here in Dubuque at the Imon Ice Arena. So far, Ames has 7 shots on goal, 2 points. Dubuque has 5 shots on goal, 1 point. All right, we're to the right of our goal. Joe's got the puck for the drop, sends it backwards. We get a hold of it, go behind the net. Pass it up to Mr. Correct. Comes over to Joe. Bounces off Drew. Gets back to Joe. He's driving up with his offensive line. Goes to the right by the net. Bounces off a skate. Comes to Jansen on the blue line. He sends it back to Joe. Bartholomew. They battle on the right side. Center is Drew. He tries to send it back to Joe. It comes to the boards. Jansen comes in and makes a shot. Knocked away by the goalie to the right of the net. Dubuque's going to send it around to the left. There'll be a battle up against the boards. They'll go back behind the net. Dubuque tries to launch it. Goes past the blue line, and Jansen takes off after it. It'll be icing on Dubuque. 6:32. The clock will stop. Line change for Ames. Out will come Cam, Beckendorf, Murphy, Little, and Smith on the offensive line. And it'll be the Battershell, Cam defensive line. Leander's in net. Work to the right of the net for Dubuque. Sends it to the right. Dubuque launches it left. At the blue line is Battershell. He loses an edge. Dubuque takes off with it, stopped by Smith. And they're going to call offsides, it looks like. We'll form up to the left. In the neutral zone in the Dubuque half. Little will take the drop. On his left is Smith. On his right will be Murphy. Goes left. Comes back to Battershell. He passes forward. Dubuque gets a hold of it in their territory with the defense. Dubuque defense sends it. Gets stopped by Murphy. They send it again. It'll go back into our right quarter, and Cam will get a hold of it. Go behind the net. Sends it up to Smith. Gets loose. Goes to the neutral zone. Their defenders have it. They send it. They'll go to Battershell in our territory, and he'll put it in the air. It'll bounce off the glass and go in the neutral zone. Dubuque has it. They're going to try to send it. Interfere, or the puck is stopped by Smith. It goes back in our territory in the left corner, and Smith will give it to Beckendorf. Cam will give it over to Little. Little will send it back. Again, we're in the left side in our territory. Smith has it at the moment. He's looking for someone to send it to. Sends it to the center. Dubuque gets it. They're going to launch it. And Leander bounces it off his body. And good job by Leander. Battle on the left. They send it to Leander. Kicks it away. Good job. Battershell's going to just send it out. That'll probably be icing on Ames. Nope, they're going to keep it in play. It's behind the net. In comes, looks like Murphy battling for it. Barber's out now with Nail and Jansen. Jansen stops it at the red line. Barber's got it. He's launching it. It goes to the right of the goalie. And the right wing, Nail gets a hold of it. Goes behind the net with Dubuque. It comes loose to the blue line. Jansen's there defending. The puck gets loose. Trey gets a hold of it. He's going to go behind the net. He passes it forward. Kicks off the skate. Barber gets it, chucks it. Bounces off the glass. Hayden Kim has it. He sends it to the blue line. Dubuque gets hold of it. They're going to send it behind the net. Jansen in the left. That has it. He's going to try and move forward with Barber. Passes it forward to Nail. It's loose in the neutral zone as Dubuque does a line change, and they get a hold of it. They launch it, and it's way high and hits the glass. All right, we're battling here in the left. Dubuque tries a shot. It's going to be wide. Jansen guarding the house, and the right is Trey applying pressure. Dubuque goes back to the blue line, tries to form up. Nail applies pressure, and they're going to call a penalty, it looks like, on Dubuque. Nope, they're just going to call offsides. So Dubuque will do a line change. It's 3:52 here in the first period. Ames up 2-1. Second game. Taking the drop is Bartholomew. To his left is Correct. To his right is Lunan. It goes to the red line. Dubuque's defense is going to pass back and forth. They're going to kind of try to get off with it, but they can't quite get going, so the puck will go loose into our territory. Gets to Cam. Cam gets a hold of it and is driving. He sends it and it bounces off skate. Behind the net, Cam gets a hold of it again in Dubuque's territory. Lunan puts a guy in the board. Good check. Cam gets it, tries to center it. It bounces off a Dubuque player's skate. Battershell gets it at the red line. He's going backwards, trying to find a way to send it to somebody. He decides to send it to the ref. Gets it off the glass beside the ref. All right, on the right wing, Lunan is battling, trying to get it to the goal. It comes back around to the left. It'll go into Ames territory, and our left Battershell's going to get it and go behind the net with it. He's going to just dump it forward up to Lunan in the neutral zone. Then he gets a hold of it again. Battershell at the blue line of Dubuque, sends it forward. The offense is starting to move. Pressure being applied. Dubuque takes off with it at the neutral zone. Bartholomew swinging, stops the drive. Puck goes behind the net. Battershell's there, and he gets it out from behind the net and sends it forward. Offensive line's in motion. They pass to Correct. Bounces off his stick. Dubuque has it at the red line. They're going to drive with it. Defense in motion. Jansen and Beckendorf. Knocked away by Leander. Good job, Leander. 2 minutes, 16 seconds to go. Dubuque has it in the neutral zone. They're looking to make something happen. In comes Battershell to make it so that it doesn't. Battling behind the net. Dubuque has it. Now they're going to turn. Battershell applying pressure. Boards him. Good job. Battershell is going to go up with Correct. Crossing the red line into the Dubuque territory. Battershell has it. Gets loose. He tries to center and he gets boarded. Correct comes in to try and center. He's going to get boarded. And there's a battle in the left wing. In comes Little. And Luna gets it and dumps it to the right. Unfortunately, no one's there, but it gets it out of the corner. Dubuque gets a hold of it. They're driving in the neutral zone. Defense is in motion. Beckendorf applies pressure. Leander gets it, kicks it away off his pads. All right, Ames gets a hold of it for a line change, and they dump it. It'll be icing on Ames. They'll stop the clock at 1:22. We'll have a line change. Out will come the Murphy, Smith, Little line for offense with Jansen and Cam Beckendorf on defense. We're going to form it to the left of our goal. At center will be Little. On the left will be Cam. Everybody else will be on the right. Puck goes to Dubuque, to the blue line. They look to launch it, and they miss the goal. Dubuque launches again, gets it over Leander's left shoulder, and that'll put it at a tie game, 2-2 with the Saints, with 1:14 to go. 8 shots on goal for Dubuque, 7 for Ames. Last game, 4-1 Ames. We'll see what this one is. Jansen talking to the goalie, giving some goalie love. The Little, Smith, and Murphy line will stay out. Little will be at center ice, take a drop. On his left is Smith. RJ and Cam will be behind him. Puck goes to the left. Dubuque's going to drive. Jansen is swinging. They launch. Jansen knocks it away. It's going to go behind the net. Dubuque fighting for it. Puck's loose. Jansen dumps it the other way. On the left, Dubuque gets a hold of it. They send it up on the glass. Battle in the left corner is Beckendorf there, stripping it away from Dubuque. Passes up to Smith. Smith sends it behind the goal. Jansen has it behind the goal. He sends it back towards Smith. Smith tries to send it out. Goes to the blue line. Dubuque has it. They're going to launch it, and it'll be to the side of the goal. Dubuque will launch again. Misfire by them. In comes Murphy. Murphy going forward with Smith. Murphy going far left, trying to get it. Dubuque runs in them, takes it away. Dubuque at their blue line, launches it. At our blue line, pressure. Back to Dubuque. It's in their territory. They're waiting for their folks to form up. Out comes Barber. Oh, Murphy has it. He's going to shoot. Coming up on the goalie. He puts it in on the left side of the goalie. Good job by Mr. Murphy. That'll put Ames up 3-2 with 5.3 seconds left on the clock. 8 shots on goal for both teams. It's been an early morning for the Ames team, but they still have some energy here. Here comes the line coming in for some fist bumps as we get ready to reform at center ice. All right, Barber at center, Kim on the right wing, Nail on the left. We'll have Trey and Battershell out on D for the last 5 seconds. Puck drops, goes to Dubuque. Here we are applying pressure. The defense has it, 1 second. And that will end the first period here in Dubuque. Ames 3, Dubuque Fighting Saints 2. All right, here we go. Second period here in Dubuque. 14 minutes on the clock. Ames is coming out. 3-2 Ames. On this line will be Kim, Lunan, and Barber, it looks like. Oh, never mind, that's Nail. Nail, Barber, and Kim. Kim on the right, Barber at center, sends it to Dubuque. Dubuque sends it back. Stopped by Barber in the center, there's a battle. A little pressure from Nail. In the right, Dubuque gets a hold of it and sends it at Leander, and he kicks it away with his pads. Jace gets it, sends it to center, and Warner gets a hold of it and gets it to the neutral zone. It'll be in our left. Looks like we're applying pressure, and Dubuque wants to give our guy a hug. Takes him down with him. Puck gets loose. We get a hold of it. Nail's taken off with it in the right wing. He gets put in the boards, and Dubuque, excuse me, that was Barber, not Nail. Gets to Dubuque territory. Dubuque stops the puck in their territory and takes off with it. They're in the left wing. They're going to try and shoot. They go behind the net. Leander's wide. They miss with their shot. They get a hold of it again. They launch it, and Leander stops it and kicks it off with his pads. Good job. Now it looks like Battershell has it. He's going to cross in the neutral zone, passes the center, gives it to Nail, runs into a Dubuque player, but Jace gets a hold of it, puts it in the air, and it goes in Dubuque territory. They're going to call offsides and stop the clock at 12:55 in the second period here in Dubuque. Out will be a line change. Bartholomew will come out with his line. He'll have Lunan on the right. I can't see the left player very well, sorry, but it's Jansen, and it looks like one of the Beckendorf brothers on D. I can't quite tell with the number there. It looks like Cam. It's in Dubuque territory. Dubuque centers it. They're going to charge the neutral zone. Defense is swinging. Jansen's moving, puts them towards the corner. They're going to go behind the net, tries to get it into Leander. There's a bunch of battling in front of the net. Gets a little rough. Puck goes loose, goes towards Dubuque territory. Lunan chasing the puck, gets in front of the net, and Dubuque has to dump it before Lunan can get his hands on it. Battle in the neutral zone. Cam gets a hold of it, crosses their blue line. He's going to launch it, and it'll go right over the goalie's head. Good shot, though. All right, now we're in the right wing. Jansen stops at the blue line, sends it, to bounce off the skate. Correct has it. Correct loses an edge. Dubuque gets a hold of it. They're going to try and drive 3 wide. Pressure from Bartholomew. Jansen and Beckendorf are moving. Pressure from Lunan. Pressure from Beckendorf. They launch it and miss to the right of the net. And Lunan dumps it away to the blue line. Dubuque's going to rip it. It's going to go way left. Comes to the left wing. Correct gets it. He sends it to the neutral zone, and the defense for Dubuque will stop at their blue line. They're looking for an opportunity. They miss their pass. In comes Correct. At the red line, he sends it into Dubuque territory, looking to reposition. Dubuque's going to try and pass. They miss the shot. It comes to our blue line, and Jansen going to take it back towards the goal. Let our guys form up. Gets over to Beckendorf at our blue line, and they put it in the neutral zone. Dubuque gets a hold of it in Dubuque territory. They send it back in our territory. Cam gets a hold of it. He's going to go forward with it. He's going up with Murphy. Murphy gets the pass. Murphy's going to try and shoot. He shoots it, and the goalie hugs it and stops the puck. Good job for Mr. Murphy. A shot on goal for him. That's 10 shots on goal for Dubuque, 9 shots on goal for us. Clock is stopped. It's 11:07, second period here in Dubuque. Ames 3, Dubuque Fighting Saints 2. All right, we have Murphy on the right. Looks like Little at center. He passes it to the left. Who is Smith? There's a battle at the boards and some shoving. Puck comes loose. Dubuque goes behind the net. At the blue line, Battershill's there to stop the motion. Gives it to Murphy. Murphy's going to navigate traffic. Dubuque strips it, gets a hold of it. They're going to try and take off, but they're going to get a little pressure from Little. Good job. All right, looks like Beckendorf gets it, sends it over to Battershell. He's going to dump it in Dubuque territory. Dubuque has it, goes behind the net. Goes to their blue line, stopped by Mr. Beckendorf. He's looking for someone to give it to. Everybody's a little busy. It goes to Smith. He's going to send it up to Little. Little's going to fight with Dubuque. It gets loose. Loose again in the neutral zone. Goes back to Dubuque. At the red line is Beckendorf. Stops the Dubuque motion of the puck. Dubuque comes up again. They're going to shoot from the blue line. And Leander gloves it. Great stop by Leander at 10:08. Great stop by Leander there. They did a blue line shot, and he just caught it right in center mass. Good job. That'll be a line change for Ames. Out will come Cam and RJ Jansen. Mr. Barber will come out with his line with Mr. Nail and Mr. Kim. Barber at the drop. On the left will be Cam, everybody else to the right. Leander at net, to the left of our net. Dubuque gets a hold of it. It's loose in the left wing there. They decide to knock it back to the far right. Jansen gets a hold of it and chucks it to the blue line. Dubuque stops it. Dubuque's charging on the net. They're swinging. They launch it. It goes over the head of Leander. We're back in the left wing. They get a hold of it. They put it in the air. It comes to center of our territory. We're in the right wing battling. We send it back around to the left to Nail. There's a battle at the blue line, and they send it back at us. Crossing the neutral zone. Nail's got it loosely. He's going to shoot. Loses an edge. That would have been great. Good charge by our team. Puck's loose, goes into our territory, crosses, and it'll be icing on Dubuque. We'll form back up in Dubuque territory here. Clock stops at 9:21 here in the second period. Ames 3, Dubuque 2. We'll form up to the left of the Dubuque goal. It'll be Bartholomew, Correct, and Lunin. Bartholomew will take the drop. His offensive players will be to his right. Battershell to the right. And Beckendorf to the left. Dubuque gets a hold of it. They rip it all the way over to the right. At the blue line, there's a battle. Battershell has it. He's going to rip it, and it bounces off a skate. Nice try. Keep fighting. All right, we hit it. It goes in the air. Goes over the goalie's head by Mr. Bartholomew. Good job. And there's a battle on the left wing. Correct comes in the center. Bounces off a skate. We're in the neutral zone. Battershell has it. He's sending it forward to Lunin. Lunen's trying to make something happen. He shoots it. Bounces off a player. They're definitely trying. They're fighting hard. All right, Lunen's behind the net. He gets hold of it. Passes the center. They rip it, and it bounces off another player. They are trying hard. All right, Battershell sends it, and it hits the glove of the goalie, and he grabs it. Stopping play at 8:39. Shot on goal for Battershell. Ames 3, Dubuque 2, 8:39 to go, second period here. This is our second game in Dubuque today. First one was a 4-1 victory for Ames. Ames wanting to go home with 2 victories today. We'll see what happens. At center is Bartholomew, to his right Lunin, to his left Correct. On defense, it's Jansen on the right and Cam Beckendorf on the left. Puck gets loose in Dubuque territory, coming to the blue line. Cam gets a hold of it. He sends it to center. And the goalie puts a glove on it. Stopping play at 8:27. We're going to form to the right. Nope, the left of the goal. Again, Mr. Bartholomew will take the drop. Lunin will be on the left. Correct on the right. Jansen and Cam on D. Dubuque has it behind their goal. They're going to send it on the boards to the blue line. Jansen gets a hold of it, looking for someone that's open. Oh, tries to send it. We're in the center. Puck's loose. Dubuque has it. They pass back to their defense. Defense looking for something. Passes to Joe. Joe has a battle for it here in the neutral zone. Mr. Correct gets a hold of it. He's going to go forward with it with Mr. Bartholomew. He dekes it, tries to get it to Bartholomew, and there's traffic. Battling in the left boards. Puck's loose. In comes Beckendorf. He's trying to take it. He goes across the sides and launches it off the back of his stick at the goalie, not once, but twice. It bounces off the goalie. He centers it, and Correct launches it. It is not a goal. Correct sends it. It gets right in center mass of the goalie, who is inside the net, and the goalie stops it. That was a good play by our team there. Beckendorf to Correct play, trying to make something happen. With 7:40 to go, it's Ames 3, Dubuque 2. Out comes the little line with Murphy on the right and Smith on the left. Battershell and Trey on D. In the right is Murphy. He's got a 2-on-1. Little comes in to break it up, try to apply pressure, hit the puck. Now it's 3-on-2. The puck's still not loose. Dubuque gets it loose. It goes to the left. Battershell's there. He's going to battle for it. Puck gets loose, trying to go to center. And at the blue line of Dubuque, Dubuque gets it and starts driving. Beckendorf tries to stop it. Puck goes loose. They're going to shoot it on Leander, and they're not going to make it. They're going to get it to the left. It'll go behind the net, and there'll be a battle in the right wing. All right, Mr. Murphy has it. He gets it in the neutral zone, going up with the offense through traffic. Dubuque tries to stop him. Smith at the blue line looking for a shot. Bounces off another player. He's trying hard. We're to the left of the net of Dubuque. There's a battle for it. Puck's loose. Beckendorf sets up, launches just to the right of the goal. Goalie knocks it back. Play stops. 6:34. Second period. Ames 3, Dubuque 2. And Ames will be under penalty kill. It looks like Mr. Little's going in for cross-checking. So Ames will have a minute and a half of penalty kill. We'll form up in Ames territory. Coach is talking to the ref for clarification. Little discussion there. Ames is figuring out who to send out. We've got Cam Beckendorf out there, followed by Jansen, and we're going to see who the offense is. Little will send the Barber line. Barber and Nail are going to go out for the penalty kill. Jansen's on the left, Cam on the right, Barber taking the puck drop, and to the left is Warner. It goes to Dubuque. Dubuque's looking to make something happen at the blue line. They send it. Jansen knocks it off, so they can't quite get a shot. It goes in the corner. We're at the blue line battling. Dubuque sends it back into our territory. Jansen behind the net's going to send it. Oh, they get in a little battle behind the net, 2-on-1 against Jansen. Puck's still going nowhere. It gets loose, and Dubuque knocks it. They're trying to center it. Pressure. They launch it. It doesn't go in. At the blue line of Ames, Dubuque gets it. They try and send it. Bounces off skate. They're going to shoot again on Leander, or they're going to miss wide. 5:56 here. 50 seconds to go under penalty kill. Ames is driving. Jace has it. Move it up with Barber. He passes to Warner. Warner launches it, and it'll just go over the head of the goalie. Nice job, guys. That was a good play. Warner and Jace running up together. All right, Dubuque's driving. They run into RJ, and they lose the puck. Cam gets a hold of it. There's a battle for it in the left wing. It gets loose. It's going in the neutral zone. Warner, I think, is going after it. And Dubuque knocks it back so it doesn't go in their territory. Beckendorf stops, stands like a wall, stops the progress. Jace gets a hold of it. He's going to put it in Dubuque territory. Dubuque centers it for a little bit of a change. Lunen's out now with Nail. Dubuque's in the left wing. We get a hold of it. It's like it's Nail that got a hold of it. He passes to center. We're no longer under penalty. We're at full strength. Little is out. At the blue line of Ames, RJ has it, looking for someone to send it to, passes it forward, gets it to Lunen. Lunen's on his own. He launches it into the glove of the goalie, but a shot on goal for Lunen. Nicely done by Drew. All right, 4:44 to go here in Dubuque. Ames 3, Dubuque 2. Shots on goal for Ames, 14. Shots on goal for Dubuque, 13. We're going to form up to the right here of the Dubuque goal. It'll be Bartholomew in center. Lumen on the right, Hayden Kim on the left. Looks like Trey and Battershell on deep. There we go. Dubuque behind their net, sends it back around to the other wing. Battershell stops at the blue line. There's a battle. Puck's loose. Goes to the right wing. Some stick and poking going on. Good job, Mr. Lunen. Dubuque's to try and send up the board. Stopped by Mr. Trey Beckendorf at the blue line. He sends it towards the goal and just misses. That's all right. We keep on shooting. Red line. Battershell dumps it back into Dubuque territory. It bounces off the boards. Dubuque trying to make something happen, but getting a lot of pressure from Ames. They decide to dump it. They're going to dump it across, and they will call it icing on Dubuque. At 4:08, the clock will stop. We'll form back up in Dubuque territory. Ames will execute a line change, and the Little line will come out with Mr. Little at center, Smith and Murphy, and we'll have Cam and RJ on D. We're to the left of the Dubuque goal. James is at center, Murphy on the right, Smith on the left. Wide formation. I wonder what we're going to do. They send it backwards. Goes to Cam. Cam's going to launch it just slightly right of the goal. Nice try, nice try. All right, Murphy has it, trying to make something happen. Dubuque takes and strips it. Pressure from Jansen. It goes loose to Cam and bounces off Cam. It's going to go by the goal. Cam going to send it up the blue line. Dubuque has it. Oh, Cam comes in. That's going to be a penalty on Cam. Oh, bummer. Bummer. At 3:45, the clock will stop. Ames will go back under penalty kill for a minute and a half. We're going to form up in Ames territory. And it'll be just like roughing. All right, so out comes Battershell. It'll be Murphy and Little and Battershell. We'll see who they send for defense. It'll be Jansen. It'll go back out. Little will take the drop. Jansen on the right, the rest on the left. To the right of our goalie, Andrews spread wide and ready. Puck goes towards Jansen. He sends it back behind. They'll cross the blue line, almost hit the ref. Good job. It's in Dubuque territory. Little turns on the fire in his skates and almost gets to the goal with the puck running ahead of him. Good job. Under penalty kill nonetheless. All right, Dubuque forms up. Here they come. They're in our left wing. Approaching. Murphy's swinging. Battershell's moving. They try to center it. There's nobody there. It goes to the right. Now there'll be a battle on the right. Jansen boards someone. Little has it. He centers to, looks like Murphy, and it gets loose. They're going to stop play here. Looks like offsides at 3:06 in the second period. Ames 3, Dubuque 2. We're going to form up in the neutral zone in the Ames half on the left side. Little will take the drop, and they are under penalty kill for 52 more seconds. Murphy to the right, Jansen to the right. Jansen centers. All right, Little kicks it forward. We're in the neutral zone. Dubuque gets a hold of it. They're going to drive. Battershell swinging. They're going to put them to the side so they can't go anywhere. Battle in the left corner. Puck's loose. Dubuque has it. Nobody's challenging. They're in front of Leander. He can't even tap it in. Good job, Leander. Oh, that was good. Dubuque gets a hold of it, tries to launch it. Goes over Leander's head. It'll come back. We're in the neutral zone. Dubuque's passing it. Still 25 seconds of penalty kill. At the blue line, Dubuque has it. They're trying to center it and miss. It'll go to the far side. And our player, it looks like Smith, I think, gets a hold of it. He tries to launch it. Nope, it's Murphy, excuse me. Dubuque sends it back, but it's stopped by Battershell at the red line. He's going to try and do something with it. There's a collision. Puck goes loose in the neutral zone. Ames back at full strength. Out comes Cam. He launches it into the Dubuque territory deep. We'll do a line change. Correct Bartholomew. Jansen and Battershell are out with Lunin. Left wing, Battershell gets a hold of it. He's going to drive into their territory. He's going to get put in the corner, though. Ooh. He centers to Lunin. Dubuque stops it. Dubuque's going to pass across. Swinging his tray. He's got his eyes on this guy. He's not going to do it. Ooh. Got some contact. Took the puck away. Okay, in the right wing, there's pressure again. Dubuque decides to send it across to the left. Lunin's there. He's going to try and get it clear. Dubuque tries to center. Knocked away by Beckendorf Cam. It goes to the right side, and Correct is there. He's going to try and drive with it. Dubuque tries to shoulder, puts on the brakes, and avoids the check. Good job. All right, Andrew has it. He's looking for an opportunity to shoot. He's going to center. He's getting a lot of pressure, 2-on-1. Dubuque's going to get the puck loose. All right, looks like one of the Beckendorf brothers got a hold of it, sends it to the right. Tries to give it to our guys. Dubuque's going to try and do some footwork, get around it. 1 minute left in the period. They're going to launch it at Leander, and he gloves it. Catches it out of the air. Great stop by Leander with 54.9 seconds to go in the second period. It's Ames 3, Dubuque 2, 14 all for shots on goal today. All right, it's Barber, Nail, and Kim that will be out with Jansen and Cam. Barber will take the drop. His offense will be on the right along with Jansen. Cam on the left. Go to the left of the goal. Goes to Dubuque, to the blue line. They launch it, and Hayden stops it and sends it to center. Nice job. Warner has it going up with Barber. Warner's going to try and shoot it. Tries to center it. Dubuque knocks it away. They're going to take off with it. Jansen going backwards. Pokes it. Oh, the puck is loose. A lot of poking. All right, it's going to the right of our goal in the boards. Jansen sends it to center to get it away. And the Duke gets a hold of it, and they put it up and over the left shoulder of Leander, and that'll make it 3-all. We'll form back up at center ice here. Barber, Kim, and Nail will be out. Barber at center. Nail on the left wing. On the right is Kim. Jansen and Cam on D. Center ice. Goes back to Cam. Cam's looking for an opportunity. Sends it forward. Battling in the right wing. Puck's loose. Dubuque has it. Jansen swinging. Ooh. Could have been tripping. They're not going to call it. We've got it in the left. It's like Barber, I think. I can't tell. They're trying to get it out of here. It's not working. Oh, we've got Jansen getting a penalty. There's a lot of yelling from the Dubuque parents about this. I think they're going to pull a Dubuque person as well. There's some pushing and shoving. Looks like some names maybe. So Ames will be under penalty. It looks like Dubuque will be under penalty. So we'll play 4-on-4. Hand signals from the refs are facing the scorekeeper. I can't quite tell what he did. We're going to see what the ref says. He's going to the Dubuque coach first. 7.7 left in the second period. It's 3-all. 2 players in the box. One for Ames, one for Dubuque. Looking to see what's going to happen. We got some people coming out. It looks like the little line will come out with Murphy and Smith. We'll see what the configuration is here. It looks like we're going to play 5-on-5, so no numbers are coming up on the board, so they might be just cooling them off. We'll see. Okay, so it's the little line. He's going to take the drop. On the right is Cam. Everybody else on the left to the right of our goal. All right, it looks like Murphy was moving it forward, or Smith was moving it forward, passing it up to Murphy, and the buzzer rings, and that is the end of the second period here in Dubuque. It's tied 3-all, and we'll see you in the third period.
Yeah, oh yeah, the beast back, adrenaline pumping through my veins. But I'm wearing like 3 hats. Never been a rat, but I know where the cheese at. You'll never get a trophy.
That was Warner to RJ. What a pass.
When it's all said and done, I'll still be here standing. Never took a loss, and it ain't something that I'm planning. I dare you to say something. My focus is A1. Every dog has its day. It's been mine since day one. This is real grind, and I'm still climbing. While you still trying, I'm still shining. It's real blinding, and I'm getting hotter too. Talking top 2, I'm not a 2. You let the pressure bother you, and I do what I gotta do. Let's go hard.
Gets to Correct. Correct sends it to the neutral zone. It's stopped in the center. Battle in the right. Red line, they're going to send it. They'll go back behind the net. Batter shell. Going to casually go up there and send it back up the boards. It's going to go in the neutral zone. It's going to go into Dubuque territory. Dubuque has it there. Dubuque coming in the neutral zone. Pressure from Correct. Correct strips it away. Another battle in the neutral zone. They kick it into Dubuque territory, and Correct's still there with it. Dubuque sends it across the other side. Beckendorf Trey applying pressure. Bartholomew sends it forward. Goes to the blue line of Dubuque. Lunan comes after it. They decide to send it to the other side. Dubuque navigating their traffic of our team, and Beckendorf Cam stops the drive, takes off with it. He's in Dubuque territory in the right wing with the offense. He's going to get up there and shoot it, and it bounces off the back of the net. We'll battle it in the left wing. Lunan tries to center. It goes across. There's Cam again. He's going to send it, Trey. Trey's going to send it over to Cam. He gets behind our net, goes back. Puck is loose. In comes Trey. He sends it up to Warner. Warner's trying to center it away. It gets to Jace Barber. Jace is taken off. He's the only one with it. He's going to try to launch it and stripped away by Dubuque. All right. Dubuque's trying to take off with it. 2-on-1 against him. We stop at the blue line. Warner gets a hold of it. Gets it to the blue line. Puck's loose. Dubuque gets it. Launches it at the corner. Comes back around to the blue line. We're now all in Dubuque territory. They're going to send it to the left. At the blue line is Battershell. He's going to drive with it to the left. Tries to center. Dubuque strips. Pressure here. Turned around by Kim. He puts it back in territory, and he does it again. He turns it around again. Nice job by Mr. Kim. They're going to call offsides. Out will come Jansen and the other Dubuque player. Teams are still been at full strength. 10:20 to go, tied at 3. We're to the Dubuque side of the neutral zone to the left. Little taking the drop. Smith on the left. Murphy on the right. It goes into Dubuque territory deep. Pressure applied by Murphy. They decide to dump it. Goes to the blue line. There's a battle on the left wing. It looks like Smith sends it to Murphy. Murphy's trying to make a shot, and it goes just to the right of the goal. Little in the right wing trying to take off with it. Dubuque applies pressure. They're going to come all to our left wing. They're driving. Going backwards is Mr. Beckendorf. He's going to try and stop him. He fouls up the drive. They have to go in the corner. We get a hold of it. We send it to the neutral zone. Mr. Little has it. He's going to go forward. He's going to dump it into their territory while the rest of his line changes out. Trey's going to guard the blue line as Mr. Correct comes out. Mr. Battershell is out. Knocked backwards at our blue line by Mr. Trey. He's going to go ahead and send it, and it'll be icing, it looks like. They're going to call. 9:26 to go in the third period. We'll do a line change. Out comes Bartholomew and Jansen, Cam Beckendorf, Andrew Correct, and Mr. Lunan. Mr. Lunan had a goal in the game before this one today. All right, center drop. Here we go. There's Bartholomew fighting. He sends it back to Cam. Cam comes up through the middle. They're going up with the offense on his wings. Looking for an opportunity to pass it. He's getting a lot of pressure. 2-on-1 against Cam. They knock him down. Dubuque takes off. In comes Bartholomew to strip it away, and Jansen sends it back to the neutral zone. Mr. Correct going up with Mr. Beckendorf. He's going to try and get to the goal. He gets under some feet. He centers, and Dubuque strips it and dumps it. Leander's going to stop it out in front of the goal and pass to Mr. Jansen. He's looking for someone to send it to, and he sends it. It bounces off of a Dubuque player. Correct gets a hold of it, though. Correct's going to try to shoot, and Dubuque strips it. Goes to center ice. Cam gets a hold of it, sends it back to Dubuque territory as they make a change. Out comes Battershell. Out comes Nail. Trey is out. Dubuque driving hard and fast. Walks right into the middle of a line change. One player. Now the rest of them aren't even coming. We battle over here in our left wing. Puck is loose. We get a hold of it. We're going to center it. Goes up to Barber. Jace turns on some speed with his skates. He's going to try and launch it from the blue line into the glove of the goalie. Could be a shot on goal for Jace. Nice job. 8:06 to go. The clock will stop. We'll form up to the left of the the right of the Dubuque goal. Barber at center. Kim on the right, Nail on the left. Both Battershell and Beckendorf on goal. It goes towards Dubuque. They're going to launch it to the other side. Waiting is Battershell. He stops the motion, but it goes loose. Dubuque's still keeping the puck going that direction. They're going to end up behind the net. Pressure from Beckendorf. They're going to spin and turn. Tries to center, and it doesn't work. They launch it, but it goes wide of the net. Blue line shot. Knocked away by Battershell. Good job. Battling over here in the right wing. Trey is trying to stop their motion. They're going to go behind the net. Guarding the house is Battershell. They're going to try and do something here. Trey is just on him. That's awesome. All right, we're battling over here in our left wing. Puck gets loose. We take off with it. Gets to the neutral zone with Mr. Nail. It's loose. Barber gets a hold of it loosely. He's trying to go. He's getting poked a lot. He's going to launch it towards the goalie, and the goalie kicks it. Shot on goal for Barber. Dubuque gets a hold of it. Decides to put it up on the glass, and it goes up and over the head of the ref. We just knocked a headshot to Mr. Kim with a stick, and they're not going to call that. Battling in the right is, or in the left wing is Battershell. He's going to board the other player. Battershell's on fire. He's going to take off with that thing. He's going to get all the way into the right corner. He's got Mr. Murphy there. He's going to try and do something with it. He gets tripped up, loses an edge. Dubuque's going to try and take off. Cam is going to sit there and poke him and stop him, but they're going to get a hold of it and launch it from the blue line in the air, and Leander grabs it with his glove. Great stop by Leander. 6:18 to go, and Jansen goes over there to give goalie love to Leander for a great job of pulling that one out of the air. We're going to form up to the right of our net. It'll be Little at center. Smith on the left. Cam on the right. Jansen and Murphy on the left. Goes backwards. Cam sends it around the other side. Smith has it. Passes it forward to Murphy, who was taken off on fire. He's going to launch it at the goalie. Mr. Murphy with an assist from Smith. Mr. Murphy with an assist from Smith will make it 4-3 with 6:05 to go on the clock. Nice job. Smith to Murphy for the goal. A little fist bumping going on in front there. We'll form back up at center ice. 6:05 to go. The Little Smith Murphy line will stay out with Jansen and Trey on D. That center will be Little. We'll see what happens. It goes back towards us. Dubuque gets a hold of it. Mr. Beckendorf puts him into the sides. Dubuque has to try and get a hold of it. They're getting some pressure. They can't do anything. They dump it behind our goal. Jansen comes in, boards the player from Dubuque, stops their drive. Puck goes back to the blue line, and their defense will send it back around the boards. Jansen gets a hold of it behind the net. One of our guys chips it. Good job there. I think that was a Beckendorf boy. It goes all the way back to the Dubuque territory to their blue line. Oh, that was Mr. Little. Mr. Little that chipped it. That was a good chip shot. All right, we're back in our right corner. Dubuque's fighting, trying to get in front of that net. Jansen and Beckendorf are applying pressure, and Beckendorf boards him. Behind the net is Bartholomew. He's out now with Mr. Lunar. Bartholomew launches it. It'll be icing on Ames, but it'll stop the clock at 5:10. It's Ames 4, Dubuque 3. We'll do a line change. We got Bartholomew, Lunan, and Correct for offense, and it'll be the Battershell and Cam Beckendorf line. We'll forward to the right of our goal. Taking the drop will be Joe Bartholomew, our center. On the right will be Mr. Beckendorf, the offense, and the rest of the players will be to the left of our center. Here we go. Joe applying pressure. Good job. Dubuque gets it and chips it at Leander. Just a loose puck, and he just body grabs it and stops the play. A great stop by Leander. 5:04 to go here, folks. Same group. Joe's going to take the drop. He's chatting with the ref. Here we go. It goes to the left. We get a hold of it. We're going to chip it and drive. Mr. Correct, good chip shot there. Puts it in Dubuque territory. Puts them into the left corner. And then we come in and have a battle at the blue line for it of Dubuque, and the puck goes loose. In the center is Battershell of the ice, and he's going to drive with it. 3-on-1 pressure against him, and Lumen comes in, tries to make something happen. It gets loose again. Battle here in the left wing. Puck is just loose. Lots of poking. Bartholomew gets a stick on it. He's going to launch it the other side to Mr. Lumen, and he's going to keep the pressure. That's stopped at our blue line by Dubuque, who rips it, but it bounces off Drew. Good job. Good use of your body. All right, here comes Joe. He's going to try and take it away. It ends up going airborne over into the corner. Here we go. We got a hold of it. We're crossing our blue line. Crossing the center into the Dubuque territory. We put it in the air. We got to go back in the left corner. Mr. Correct trying to make something happen. He gets boarded. Drew comes in behind, tries to take care of it. Puck goes loose. Dubuque gets a hold of it by kicking it, and they're going to start driving, but Joe Bartholomew is there to apply a lot of pressure. It's going to end up in the right corner, the left corner, excuse me. Dubuque tries to center it, but we kick it away. Good job. Drew Lunan gets a hold of it, launches it. It'll be icing, but he stops the pressure in Ames territory. Good job. Good ice awareness. 3:39 to go. Ames 4, Dubuque 3, and we'll form up to the right of our goal. Out will come the Little line. Mr. Little at center. Smith and Murphy on offense. It appears to be Cam Beckendorf and Jansen on D. Nope, that's Trey. Sorry. Trey will be on the right. Little at center, and everybody else will be on the far left of the line. Puck goes back to Trey. It wheels around, goes to the blue line. We lose an edge, but it goes to center ice. They make a pass. Puck gets loose again. Jansen goes swinging. They're trying to make a shot, but Jansen's swinging, so it's going to go back to the neutral zone. Dubuque's going to try and launch it. It'll go back behind the net. Behind the net, they try and center. Knocked away by Mr. Little. Good job. Mr. Smith has it going up with Mr. Little. They're going to chip it in the right corner to get pressure in the other side. 3 minutes to go on the board here. In the right wing, Dubuque gets a hold of it. They're going to dump it to the left. In will come Trey and put it back under the feet of the ref. And it'll make its trip around the world and go back to the other blue line as they do a line change. It'll be the Barber Bartholomew Nail line out along with Battershell and Cam, it looks like. Behind the net, there's a battle. Loose puck. Lots of poking. We're back in the left corner. They try to center it. Stopped by our defense there by Beckendorf. He launches it. It crosses the neutral zone, goes into the territory of Dubuque, and Nail tries to take it away. Lots of poking. Barber gets a hold of it. He's on the right. He's going to chip it. It'll go back behind the net. Nail's going to be there trying to find a home for it. Dubuque takes and gets a hold of it. On the left wing, it goes to the blue line and then it bounces. It's going to go back into Ames territory. Cam has it, looking for someone to send it to. Puts a stamp on that and sends it to Mr. Barber. We're back to the ref. Cam's got it. Okay, Dubuque defense has it. They're trying to pass. Don't quite make it, but their player gets the ricochet. They're going to launch it at Leander, and he knocks it away. They're going to come around the other side of Leander, and they will tie it up with 1:28 to go. They made that goal right behind Leander as he was just stopped one goal, and they came back around the other side. 1:28 seconds to go here in Dubuque. This game's been a fight the whole way through. Lots of tough hockey going on here. It appears the little line will stay out on offense. Jansen comes out. Cam will stay. And will be dropping at center ice. A minute and a half to go. Goes towards Dubuque. Blue line of Dubuque. They launch it. Stopped by Beckendorf at our blue line. Little gets a hold of it. The blue line loses a stick and kicks it into the neutral zone. We've got it. It looks like it's Murphy. He's driving with it, but he's got 3-on-1, and they strip it off. If Jansen gets it, makes a blue line rip and gets it in the other corner. It'll make its way back around to our blue line, and Beckendorf sends it to corner again. Center to Murphy. Murphy launches it, almost gets a goal. Pretty close there, just barely missed. Behind the net is Smith. Smith's trying to center it. Murphy swinging. It goes back and almost hits the ref. My goodness, we're swinging. We're going. All right, it's going into center ice. Beckendorf's going after it because Dubuque's chasing it. He's going to turn and pass it. It goes up to Mr. Murphy, and there's a battle in the left wing. Dubuque gets a hold of a ricochet, and they run into Beckendorf, and he stops like the Great Wall of China, folks. All right, Murphy's going to launch it. Bounces off the goalie. The goalie sticks himself out to try and stop it. Loses his balance, but he does get a glove on it, and he'll stop play. 22.8 seconds to go. It's 4-all, folks. 22.8. We're going to form up to the right of the Dubuque goal. Little at center. Smith on the left. Murphy on the right. Jansen and Cam on D. Let's see what happens. Comes to the right. Comes loose. Beckendorf at the blue line. Puts it back in Dubuque territory. 17 seconds. Comes all the way around to the other side. Jansen at the blue line. Stops it. The Dubuque bounces off the ricochet. Puck's loose. 9 seconds. Beckendorf gets in the corner. They try and center it. Jansen swings the player around. Jansen gets it back in the neutral zone. And it crosses the blue line in Dubuque territory. And the game ties. 4-all. Game ties at 4-all. 20 shots on goal for Dubuque, 18 shots on goal for Ames. So the first game was a 4-1 victory for Ames. Second will be a 4-4 tie for Ames. Great performance.